But you can see the Union AI clumped, all right, as it tends to do. All right, so they clumped a bit there, but they still had troops trying to work their way out of that clump that you see right here in their center that kept trying to drive up this hill that you see right here. Just one after the next, after the next, after the next. And it felt a lot like Fredericksburg in that way. So I had a whole lot of fun because we did some neat little things with certain brigades. There's, I think it was Colonel Preston Smith's Zouaves performed very admirably in this one. And we ended up, what was it? Get all the way to the end to where, yeah, we're looking at, boom, 17,000 total Union casualties to my maybe 6,100 at the end of it all. So there you have that. That's kind of what we're looking at. I would say an autumn of attrition for sure for the Yankees. And we just now kind of are left with figuring out what it is exactly that we want to do with these armies in the East, and also the ways that we want to try to reward the commanders who did so well. The part of the army that did the most fighting was Ewell's wing right here. All right, we had Walton's division, Smith, performing quite admirably. They didn't gain a star yet, though. I'm actually not too surprised by that, frankly, but Smith himself did gain a star. There you go. I dig that. We could. I think they deserve some Lorenz rifles. They did that well. Let's give it to them. Smith doesn't get a promotion just yet. Drayton didn't really get it. It was really just Smith. Van Dorn, I believe he gets promotion. His units already have the Augustins, so the Austrian rifled muskets, so they're probably good. Joseph Walker's brigade did fine. You had D.H. Hill that did really well. I think we'll promote him to Brigadier General after that. I don't think anybody deserves a name necessarily because they were standing on really good defensive ground. So I'm not sure I feel like anybody deserves any special name. Jay, appreciate you. Thank you. Friendship Hill, yeah, up Friendship Hill. Oh, and we did one of our generals WIA, because I can't quite recall. I don't think so. In Ewell's Corps, anyway. Or Ewell's wing, rather. How about Magruder's wing over here? We had mostly just Lee and McCulloch's division engaged. Right, Polk, Greg, and I still got to look at perks. Keep me on perks, bro. Okay, Maxie Gregg gets promoted for sure. And I think they've got Springfield rifled muskets. I think we let that go. I think Trimble did fine, but he doesn't get promoted. Garnett is still an average general for now. Colonel Haygood, same thing. Is Garnett a brigadier? No, he's just a colonel, and that's fine. Reynolds didn't really do much of anything. McCulloch's division was just kind of holding on the right there a little bit. But now we've got the Tar Heel Brigade. Oh, and I got corrected on this. Tar Heel is 2 words. So they did well. Okay. Now, would you look at that? The Hilltopper Brigade with Junius Daniel. You could say redeems itself in the second chance playthrough. Look at that, guys. That's fantastic. So then Archer, we got 1 star for quite a few good units here. All right, Edward Johnson's brigade, they didn't really do anything. And then Cook's division was kind of out of it, really. They didn't really do much of anything, if I remember that right. And so I don't think anybody here is going to be deserving of promotions and things in particular. Let's go back through here and make sure we don't miss any. Okay, Maxie Gregg's up. Good. Yeah. No, don't need to promote him yet. Nope. 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 And we may be promoting Archer. Maybe. Reynolds may be coming with a promotion here soon. I feel like we're just going to need more brigadier generals. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's promote him. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. Shit. Oh, no. Okay, well, we just accidentally... Somebody talked to me about how in the world... Hey, good question about furloughing units. That was something I was thinking about. And by the way, I was also going to be looking at another particular part of that aspect of the game is replenishing, replacing units, furloughing and things. We'll get to that here in just a second. But I just promoted Reynolds to Major General on accident. Somebody spin me a story about how in the world that is. Damn it. And McCulloch's a brigadier who's in charge of the division over command. Oh my gosh. I got to replace him. That's what I got to do. I got to replace him with a colonel who is an infantry guy. All right, how about a political? Sheesh. So, what if it was a veteran? The best I could do would be Captain Carter Stevenson. Captain Carter Stevenson, it will be. And I'm afraid that Reynolds got himself in some trouble. And I know he fraudulently submitted documents following his recent battle actions in some paperwork to Richmond and the Office of the War Department. There, he made a case for a particular general in the Eastern Army by the name of Reynolds to be promoted not once but twice to Major General. He had like 20 signatures fraudulently included on that paperwork and was forwarded the Major Generalship, but this was all discovered, of course, and so now Reynolds, I'm afraid, is maybe looking at a court-martial. I don't know. We may bring him back. Oh, let's look up, where is old T.J. Jackson, yo? Where is old T.J. Jackson? Wounded? Huh? He's still wounded. All right, we were asking about that. Still wounded. Well, Reynolds intercepted the letter of promotion while giggling, expecting no one noticed. There we go. And Jefferson Davis misread. Note on dispatch. Okay, I'm fine with it. Jackson's taking a while to get back up to snuff here. All right, now let's focus on perks. Perkus and percolate the army. Here we go. These 12-pounders. Okay. These 12 pound. I feel like what I should do is roll a die. I don't know. I think, though, flying battery is a good one to start with. Speed? Yeah, let's do that. Because Pendleton, you know what? That's a good one for Pendleton anyway. Remember in the battle? Oh, God, I would go back to the video again. Excuse me. Pendleton, at the top of Lee's Hill, if you remember that, he almost got charged and taken out in that last battle, and he's like, yeah, loaded up and hooked up the guns. Let's get the hell out of here. And he managed to get out just in time. It was freaking great. Okay. Onward, and upward. So, I don't see any other perks right there. Ewell's wing. Any division commanders? Division commanders don't often come up with perks, I've found, which is a little annoying. Okay, so Ewell's wing doesn't really have much as far as perks. I'm actually pretty surprised by that. Got quite a few disabled men. Same for Magruder's wing. Fair amount. And then you've got the Army Reserve. We have Frost Division. I think we need to make a new Cavalry Division. Or really, these are like Cavalry Brigades. So, let's see. How are we looking here? Stuart didn't do anything. Stuart, all these guys, they didn't really do much. By the way, we got Cav guys all across the board here? Ooh, no. Lawton. He's an artillery guy. That's all right. So, I think Tillman, Wickham, Hawes, Field. I would say... I think it's between... I think Field gets the Brigadier General. Well, let's see if we can do this with him as a colonel. So let's replace him with a fuck it. Let's just do it. Can we do a political around here? No. Okay, cavalry. All right, it'll be a lieutenant. Lucius Walker. Cunning. You want a cavalry commander to have a lot of cunning. Looks like this is the best we've got. All right. Let's assign him. All right. Colonel William Jack. Okay, so now let's do a new group under Colonel Field. And then we're just going to put these units in there with him. And we'll just have another cavalry brigade under the command of the Army of Virginia Reserve right there. Let's check on those mixed muskets units. Yeah, I see you there. Oh, and by the way, Jackson is the new Hood. Yeah, Helica. Well, you'll remember Hood actually got himself killed already. I think that was out in the west. Okay, so I think that's... Let's check for perks here. Boop, 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 boop. Nope. Boop, boop. Longstreet. He's got a star now. Let's promote him to colonel. Because he's he's famous too. Everything's going down though now that he's been promoted. Let's see how he does in command of a battery. I think we're keeping an eye on Longstreet to be a like an artillery battalion commander or something in the future, is what we're thinking. Maybe we're going to look at right here. All right, so let's go through. Let's stay in the east real quick. All right, let's stay in the east real quick. Okay, while I go and do some admin in the west, I want to let you guys parse over what it is we should do next. See, we have all three of these stacks on the run. They're in the red. They're not going to be available until wintertime, and I'm not even sure they're going to move at us in wintertime. Okay, one idea was take the whole army and just blunk it right here in Alexandria and just be here. Okay, another option would be, okay, what is it we should do about the Army of the Shenandoah with reported 17,000 men and 20 guns, and the Army of Pennsylvania reported to have 10,000 men and 20 guns. So I was overestimating the number of troops they had here by about 10,000. They've got 27,000 more troops spread across Maryland and Pennsylvania up here. I think there could still be a case made for literally taking the whole army and plunking it up here to hang on to these iron mines. I think that's another option. Yet another option would be to try to do kind of a compromise between both worlds, which would be to take one wing of the army that would be, I think, reduced strength. I think what we would do is we would take part of Magruder's wing and we would transfer one of his divisions, say Cook, and take Lee and McCulloch, leave Cook with Beauregard and the Army Reserve and those two cavalry divisions or cavalry brigades. And we would then take Magruder's wing and send it. And I know this feels very strange. I feel like we shouldn't do it with Magruder. We should do it with Ewell. Send them to Stanton and just have a nice strong stack in the valley ready to operate this autumn out here. I think there's a chance that they may make a move through here, and obviously you can see they've captured a bunch of this already. I hope we didn't lose a lot from the harvest there, but we're overproducing things. We looked at that a little bit before. And that would be like take Ewell here, so not Magruder, but Ewell, and then leave Beauregard and Magruder here at Alexandria kind of into the late fall and wintertime. I think that's another option. There has been this one mentioned many, many times, okay? And I know I'm going to read it when I get back into the chat here in just a minute, and that is take the whole army, march down here, siege down, and take Fortress Monroe. We certainly have the room to do a thing like that. It's just that I'm just not confident with this being a level 2 fort like this. If you guys want to pitch in and you want to tell me how long you think that would really take to take that thing, and tell me what you think the number of troops is I should leave to protect Richmond in our rear, I would be willing to entertain those ideas. Maybe leave Ewell and take the rest of the army and hit Fortress Monroe. There's another option in the east, okay? I want to give you guys the chance to consider those options. I'm going to push the play button, but immediately I'm going to go back into here, and I'm going to go to the Army of Tennessee, and I'm going to start doing something that I had been needing to do for quite some time, and that is, now that I have the cavalry reform project in place, I can recruit actual, like, sizable cavalry brigades that I could put into cavalry divisions instead of little cavalry regiments and squadrons that go into cavalry brigades like I have now. And this will also give us a chance, I think, to get Nathan Bedford Forrest out in the west. So bear with me as I think we're going to try to work through some of this right here. A little more admin with the Army of Tennessee adding, I think, a cavalry command of one kind or another. And another thing would be, I think there's the chance. How many men do we have left in these brigades here? Quite a few. And by the way, we will look at furloughs. That's the other thing. That's another part of the conversation about what we do out at east is, okay, if we're going to furlough, well, that means we probably should just march the whole stack up to Alexandria and chill. Because then we're going to be furloughing quite a few troops, and that will weaken the army strength just a little bit. So that's something I think to consider as it relates to what we're going to do over there. But I want to get your guys' responses. I'm going to read through those. I'm going to do this real quick here with the cavalry. That way we just can add to this this army's mobility. We got a cavalry regiment there. Good one there. Hey, there's a $10 super chat and the donation. Thank you, sir. Audacity, 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 says Meat Cutter. I can't fault you for believing in that, my friend. I can't fault you for that. Let's go new cavalry units under Pillow. Okay, we'll bring them in from, why not, Kentucky. And we'll just have them kind of be dressed like that. Like that right there. And it'll be a brigade of, we won't go too large here, 1250. Boom. It won't be Hayes, I don't believe. Oh, he's a volunteer. Harry Hayes? I think we're going to have to go with it. Since he is a volunteer, that's fine. Let's do another cavalry brigade, and then we're going to look for, we'll bring this one out of Tennessee, and we're going to look for Forrest. See if he's there. Cavalry brigade. This one will be 1875 at $1.1 million cost and 36-month contracts. I love that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, now, let's make sure we don't have Rosser here, but instead we have, if we can get him, Forrest. There he is. He's a lieutenant, but we're going to bring him in. We know his quality already, his reputation. He has a strong one already. I'll tell you what. Now, I think that we'll let a little time go by, and I've got an idea about something to do here to create a new division to help, I think, clean up the Army of Tennessee's organization. We'll have nearly 30,000 troops out here outside Nashville. I think maybe soon enough, one other thing we're going to want to do with them is to add a little bit of artillery. And we want to check perks. Perkalicious. Percolate with the Army. It's like a victory dance. I like playing this song. Keeps me thinking. Keeps me feeling frosty and fresh. Looking for perks. Perk hunting. Trying to keep it lively. Doing this perk hunt. Yes, sir. Love it. Love it. Yeah, out here, we probably should upgrade some weapons at some point soon, but I would say the Army of Virginia, Frost's division here, do we have any? We don't have any Lorenzes. So I would say, honestly, nobody deserves them. Let's go back to Magruder's Wing and Lee's division. Plains Rifle. Springfield Rifled Musket. Springfield Musket under Trimble did fine. Let's go ahead. Let's give him some Lorenzes. Yes. I love how we have 70,000 mixed muskets. That's fantastic. All right. Let's give... D.H. Hill's got Enfields already. Enfields are great. We could rock and roll with those for quite a while. Only thing is we're probably going to have a hard time replacing this brigade's manpower if they lose a whole bunch of men and they're armed with Enfields. We're going to have to change that at some point, possibly. Uji didn't do all that much. Wilcox didn't do all that much. Breckenridge. So we'll let's see. Out here, I think the Army of the Northwest out in West Virginia probably could do with an upgrade. Yeah, mixed muskets. Let's get them out. They'll get Springfield Rifled muskets because we took those from the field at Acquia Landing. Did we take any cavalry weapons? Enough to... No? Okay. Fine. Fine. All right, let's see what folks are saying about the East and what we might do out here. Yeah, take 20,000 down to Monroe, right? If I take 20,000 to Fortress Monroe, where should I leave the rest of the army? Yeah, dude. Oh, that's a great point. Ark makes a great point right there. You know what? You mean John Morgan, Phil? So I think Ark has convinced me not to do it. You know why? He said it. He said they're going to have their Navy right there to just bombard the hell out of the fort. Anyway, so bingo. That's it. All right, let's go ahead and let's take Magruder's Wing. Let's go ahead and push to Manassas. All right, and let's just push the army to here first. Let's just do that. Do that. Okay. Now, Straight into the policy that we got. And you might have noticed in the recruitment screen what it was. Bingo. Militia 3, it's active now, guys. So, we need to do something about that, right? We did lose a few valuable hours right there. But it's straight to this. Print notes 2. Boom. Got to be done. Got to be done, y'all. Okay, it's going to take 25 days, the rest of this month and part of November. Works for me. All right. I want to look. Here we go. Here we go. We'll call it on the move here. We're going to go for a supply depot right there. I want to burn this one down. Don't need it. Don't even need that one. Moving here. Department of the West. Where are they going? Nowhere I can see. This is where I expect they may move at me again. Last I knew, they had 2 armies around here. Let's go ahead and make this move. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. We're stuck. We're stuck. Halt. Oh, they're slowed because they're disabled. Okay, 9,000 men out front. I don't love that. We'll let the army stop in the woods right there. Got to hope for the best. Maybe the army of Shenandoah comes down and smacks me in the face. But here they go. Okay, they've pulled back to here with one army. I'm not sure where the other 2 went. Fine, fine. Now, look at the strategic situation again real quick. You can see the effect that the battling has had on their national morale thus far, and especially their morale of their armies. You can see that number of men fielded right now is looking actually pretty good. Military experience still 7 ahead. Then we needed to look at quickly this right here. Okay, each level of this project increases the efficiency of the nation's markets, of which we have plenty. I think that would be a good thing for us to do. It does increase administration cost, of course, but we do have administrative reform right here, which should help us cheapen the or lighten the load there on that. And by the way, the move I think will be initially anyway. We're going to put the whole army. We're going to try to move the whole army up here. Try to get these 2 corps moving here. I think they're trying to march like this way. We got a little low ammunition. Okay. Hopefully that depot helps out soon. Bingo. $5 super chat donation right there. Jay. Yule needs a Jurassic perk? Oh, good. Well, now that he's so slow, not sure I want to give him one. There he is. Okay, flying column, you sluggish man. Go, go, go. There he goes. That'll get him on the move. Magruder, how about you? Well, he's still trying to get across. So, we're going to head up to Manassas. We're going to play defense right there, at least with part of the army. And what we're going to do is we're going to hope that our new casemate ironclad can break all this up here in the not-so-distant future. And actually, what we're going to do is we're going to have it built and join the James River Squadron. Probably put a few more support ships in there. And then we're just going to take that 1 or 2, probably just 1, and just steam them in a raid down the river. Attack. Knock these guys back. At least I hope. And so here you have the Army of Pennsylvania still up here doing nothing. They're not really moving at me anywhere. I can't believe the Department of the West isn't moving anywhere. I got the Army of the West on the move here. Still kind of waiting on readiness. I want Robert Ransom Jr. By the way, somebody in the comments the last VOD had asked that I put together a new North Carolina brigade and put Ransom Jr. in command. I'm afraid right now he is in command of Sibley's Indian Cav, which we will we're going to call this 1st Indian Cav. Okay. 1st Indian Cav. I'm going to let them get into the green. Or I'll tell you what, actually, winter's coming on. Let's go ahead and let's ride them up. I want to try to see if I can't get them up here to raid those out before we get to winter. So let's go ahead and ride them up to Springfield. And we'll chew. No, don't double quick. Or don't force march, the case may be. Hey, I'm glad somebody's still into this game, right? Folks going in on this game, buying from the summer sale, right? More and more all the time. Here comes Magruder's Wing. Fantastic. All right. I need to look at what else we've got. Oh, we need to check the economic report. And we needed to talk about where I was wrong. All right. Where I was wrong and where we should look as far as artillery. Okay, let's go back over this one real quick, guys. So, buildings in production, right? It's goods and trade. Steel. Let's go back to steel. Look at this. I produce 20,000 units of that. The demand is down at 2.51 thousand. Now, I looked this up. If I have this much steel, you look up here, artillery uses wood and then bronze, iron, or steel. Now, what I have gathered, and I will just kind of take a moment on this because I think it might actually be a little bit of a teaching point, is you go up here to the projects, and let's look at cast artillery. All right, and I'm just going to use this as, I think, an example of my conclusion, or that supports my conclusion. So it says here, cast bronze weapons, Napoleon. So I think that what that means is, and anybody in the chat can tell me that I'm wrong, I think what that means is, those artillery, when you produce those, require bronze to make. Wood and bronze. We already have way more than enough wood right now. So then I looked up what you could build with steel, and the answers were rifled artillery and Parrott rifles. What I was going to go for, we can actually go for right now if we wanted to, although we're waiting for casemate Ironclad, is the Confederate guns. I don't think I'm going to go for that now. And it's based on something that somebody said too. Two things. What somebody said in the comments of a VOD, I think maybe a week or so ago, was that if you do rifled artillery or Parrott rifles, you're really getting more bang for your buck. You're getting two different kinds of really solid artillery instead of really one kind of unreliable and less accurate artillery and cool-ass Williams guns, which you don't get more than 50 of. These, you get solid quality cannon that can fire a long way. They can't fire 40 rounds a minute. But do you want your artillery doing that anyway because of all the ammunition issues that you might run into? Or we do Parrott rifles, 10-pound Parrott, 20-pound Parrott, which are really good. Okay, but they're made out of wrought iron, okay? So maybe that's not the one. I think maybe it's rifled artillery from wrought iron. Is wrought iron and steel the same thing? Let's get in the chat. Let's see what folks are saying about this right here. Okay, Jay, am I good on that? Okay. So I think we got to go for not Confederate guns, but after we do casemate rebuilt ironclads, which is coming up, I think we have to do rifled artillery. We end up with a 3-inch ordnance rifle and the 6-pound Weard rifle made of, or Parrots. I just don't know how much we're going to be able to standardize Parrots. I guess we'll see. We'll see. But I think that's what we'll have to go for instead of doing Confederate guns. All right. So, but what we're doing is we're going to go ironclad, rebuild ironclads, then do Parrot rifles, and then after that, I'm thinking doing supply reform. Boy, there we go. I think that's pretty well a good plan right there for the most part. Boom. Otherwise, I think we're rocking and rolling. Like I said, didn't come in with too much plan specifically to get to. I believe that rebuilt ironclads order is going to get put in. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to check real quick was our Mississippi rifle order has still got 80 days on it. Okay, our plains rifle standardization is now up to 2. And our Mississippi rifle standardization is now up to 5. Okay, I don't know if it started out that way, but that seems like it's higher. So next time we're going to get more, crank out more for the war effort, and I think we'll be able to get them that much quicker. Fantastic, gentlemen. Fantastic. Okay, we'll go with that for now. Get the Army up here. All right, Ewell's Wing is going to be here. We're going to go defensive for now. So, by the way, what makes just camping here for too long unattractive for those that maybe didn't learn the lesson from the last stream? So no matter what, the Yanks are going to have access to quick river movement straight to Acquia Landing into Fredericksburg and into my rear. And so this isn't actually a real tenable position up here for a long time. We need something covering here and the ability to be able to march troops down to here. So what I'm thinking, if we're really going to do this, is to take Beauregard and the Army headquarters, bring him here, boom, and defend, bingo. And we'll just kind of, we'll have troops, and what I think I may want to do is, like I talked about, have maybe Magruder be left here, take Ewell, snatch Winchester, or take Ewell, come back around to Stanton, and come all the way up the valley. The thing about it is, I think what I'll do, so we'll do a little bit of a head fake with the Army. We'll come here first, and I'll probably just chill on defensive, bring my readiness back into the yellow, and get Ewell on the move, and then Magruder will be up here in defensive, and he'll just be digging in. Down here, we'll be in defensive, and we'll be digging in down here. I think that's what we're going to start with there. Still no movement out of Kentucky. Kind of strange. Army of Arkansas stays on the move up this way. Here comes the 1st Indian Cav. And the Army of the West, let's do this real quick. Let's give them some new Cuban infantry. Beautiful. They're at a support of 91. That's crazy. Let's do it. Rosser. Give him some Springfield muskets. Right? So now Anderson will have some infantry and quite a few more men. And we'll have the Cubans, the Nicaraguans, the Indians all fighting together west of the Mississippi, gaining experience, gaining dread. All right, play defense down here. Let's get this right. Now, still dealing with low ammo. And somehow we're not getting much small arms ammo to here. Interesting. Not sure what that's about. Maybe we just have to let a little more time go by. Tough to say. What I might say is this. Let's take... That goes me. Let's go to nothing here. Let's go to medium here. And where was the other one? I think, is it just this? And then we'll stay green here. That supply reform is going to be important at one point down the line here. No doubt about it. And that takes me to also this, which would be making sure we have these fellas pretty much all set to green, okay? Yep. And then we're going to go do Magruders. These guys, I don't think they really need to be green, so they'll be yellow. And this is replacement priority, right? So we won't drain our replacement pool quite as quickly. We'll make them high still with Haygood. If a unit is really weak, we'll keep them on a high level. Daniel. Archer. We'll keep him. Good. And there. Right there. Early. We'll keep him up high. Priority right there like that. And artillery I don't think we need to worry too much about with all this. Oh, wait. Nope. Okay, got it. Okay, all the artillery pretty much... Do we have enough... Got all these 24-pound howitzers. Okay, Preston, these 12-pound howitzers. Does anybody... Do we deserve upgrades with any of these units here? Oof, Pendleton. Yeah, they are good. Okay, Whitfield. Maybe they could get something better. Nope, we don't have enough of anything that's better. Just 1 and 1. Okay, fantastic. So pretty much all of our artillery equipment is going to remain the same. Okay, cool. Got a 5th tank feeling our next major action likely to come out west. Their Army of Arkansas is... Ooh, we're in the orange now. We need to come up here and take this depot. We can't stop. So once we... I do like this. They don't... When you get in the orange, they don't automatically stop you. You continue on to the end of your march. And then after you have finished your march, then you're not able to march after that because you're in the orange. I like that. This depot here, yellow. Got to prioritize things, gentlemen. It's all triage, right? Triage. Okay, Magruder has arrived. Looking at our economic report. This is BS. We are not AAA. That's a bug. We'll have to wait till next month, I think, in order for that to reflect reality. Yeah. Our version of the 54th. Very nice, very nice. I can't. Jay, I cannot order Springfields. People keep jumping in and want me to order Springfields. I'm going to explain this one more time. Because you gave me the opportunity to do it. I cannot do Springfields. The only way that I would be able to do it is if one of these policies from the very beginning of the campaign were set to arms agents. That gives you the ability to unlock the project Springfield rifles, which then in turn allows you to produce them in your factories. Right now, we're focused on many of our small arms coming in from overseas because of that Austrian rifles project we did earlier. What else I have on my list here? That was the... let's put replacement priority a little lower for this army out here. We are now in the green with Gideon. Our Western armies just get less, unfortunately. The Eastern Army is the most important. It's over closer to the... we need to upgrade mixed muskets here to Springfield muskets. That's all you deserve. Sorry. We're going to look through this army maybe a little more detailed. Boom, boom. Let's go. More Springfield muskets for now. Hindman. Boop, boop. And boop, boop. And let's go ahead and do that right there all across the board. We really do want to try to get rid of all of the mixed muskets everywhere we can. More Springfield muskets for now. All of our Augustin, all of our Austrian rifles are going to get reserved for the Eastern forces. So I'll probably go back and hit them up again. Okay. Boom, boom. Yeah, good. Oh, and we were going to look at furloughing some units. All right. Ooh. No. I think I'm just going to do this out of kind of like a... almost like superstition. I don't think that it matters, but I'm going to keep the replacement priority on high while this unit is being formed. Somehow I feel like that might matter. Now, need to come back east. And there's more troops we could give Austrian rifles to. Army of Shenandoah comes down near D.C. Okay, smart move by the Union AI there. Let's get back into Ewell's wing. Again, they led the fight. Whiting's division, D.H. Hill. Okay, Pemberton. Let's give them some Augustin rifled muskets. How about Breckinridge? D.R. Jones division. Yeah, they kind of won the day at the end. So let's give... but I don't remember who did better, really. Ooh, we can do this. Fantastic. All right, let's do that. Brian's brigade got into it. Let's give him some Lorentz rifles. And now our Eastern Army will just be that much better equipped. The next thing would be creating a new engineer brigade. Let's go engineer brigade out of North Carolina. And what we're going to do is we're going to put an engineering general in command. They'll look like that. We'll give them Springfield muskets. And we'll give them a professional engineer who, oh, wow, he's good. Lieutenant Robert Beckham, okay. He'll become a breveted colonel, and that'll be the engineer brigade. Beckham's engineers. Boom. All right. And then we'll do the same with Magruder's wing, adding a new brigade, very small one. Just a small group. Who should we bring up? Wow, okay, Virginia's only got 2,800. Wow, okay. I think we furloughed some troops from there, and that limited the amount of troops that we got in volunteers with Militia 3. Wow. Okay, our engineers are always going to be dressed like this. Right here. Okay, we'll get those guys armed with the Springfield muskets under another professional engineer. Moten. Oof, the rest of them are not great. Except for old Jean J.A.A. Mouton. All right, Mouton, the engineer, the Corps engineers. And then the next thing I think I'll do is create some Corps artillery. All right, Pendleton deserves it. I think his boys did a great job. So they'll go in. Come on. This is something that's a little bit frustrating about this game. I'm not going to lie. I can't lie about that one. There we go. So Pendleton deserves it. And then we'll just do another 12-pound howitzer battery. And then a 12-pound field gun battery, again, in a Corps reserve with, what's that, 4, 9, 13 guns and a Corps reserve artillery. Works for me for now. Okay, let's kind of, well, we don't have enough to do it with Ewell's wing. He needs more artillery. But, again, spending. Can't just go wacky with spending. And then, I would say we try, if we can, to do the same thing with Beauregard. Give him an engineer brigade. Jean Mouton. It is I, Jean Mouton. I am here. All right, we're going to have, no. Okay, Georgians, 1,500 of them. Engineers with Springfield muskets. AI keeps putting slack in there. No, my God. Louis Hebert, we'll go with that. All right, that's fine. That's just fine. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to be OCD about this, and, I mean, you know how it is. Bingo. All right. And so now Beauregard gets a few extra men plus some engineers, and I think that'll be important as we dig in around here, believe that the Army of Pennsylvania is one that we may end up having to worry about. So, you know, Ewell or Magruder, one or the other, may have to jump on the train tracks and head to Stanton. But we're in a position where we can do that, no problem. No problemo. And now we're rolling. Now we're just rolling. Let's jump in the chat. Oh, here we go. Will their Army of Arkansas run off? That is the question. They got 15,000 tired men headed their way that don't have any bullets left. Except, I don't know about that. Plenty of ammunition right there. Looked like me. Shoot. Mouton. Engineers will help you build things faster. Engineer units will help build you entrenchments in a tactical battle a little faster. I think that an engineer unit will help give you more engineering points, especially if a command also has an engineering perk, engineers and mechanics perk. I think when you combine engineering leaders... Oh, by the way, we needed to name those engineering units too. Let's just make sure we gotta make sure we do. You just gotta make sure we do that right there. We don't want to. Mouton. Mouton's engineer. Mouton. Beckham's engineers. Army of Virginia. Hebert's engineers. Bonk. And of course, I hope that doesn't rock our spending and government money too awful much. We shall see. The other part was how we looking now? Yeah, see, still, what the heck with this depot not picking up any stuff? Stored supply at 15% for some reason. There's nothing coming here. Why? Is it too close to the river or something? I'm going to give that just a little more time, and then we may have to figure something else out. I'm not sure. I don't know, though. I mean, artillery ammunition at 31. Yeah, okay. I think we're slowly going to be getting artillery ammunition back for now, but I got to check back on that. Ooh, okay. If we went into that on the defensive, that's a shame. My pickets report the enemy's deploying to defend and preparing field works. There's light exchange of musketry along the lines with light casualties. I'll hold until advised otherwise. Bonk. Bonk. Yeah, we have them badly outnumbered. We've got them badly outgunned. I mean, honestly, if this is going to turn into just a little stalemate for just a little while, this de facto siege is going to go our way in no time. I'm honestly willing to just let that go, frankly. Yeah, blockaded. You want to see, anybody want a quick how to do on that? So, okay, I saw this. Nope. Colonel Slack recovered. That's why he was getting offers to be my engineer commander. He was the Missouri State Guard Brigade commander who got injured during the battle that happened here at Pappinsville, or near there. That battle right there. Slack got wounded. That wasn't that long ago. If I lose this battle, then as an RP, I'm kind of fine with it. I'm kind of fine with it. You know, you can't win them all. Much you might like to try. And you just kind of chill for now. Here we go into late October, November time frame. I always am just got an eye on this right here, man. Let's look at that real quick. I might go ahead and ask for your guys' input on this one too. I've been thinking about this, right? All right, going for this. Do we wrap this up? Then do this. Then do this. I think that's what we do. I think that's what we do as far as policy going into wintertime. Because having those industrial subsidies ready to be used on those mines and foundries, the one mine and the multiple foundries, it's going to be pretty important going forward. The other part was, I think we're going to need to do some spending on another fort here. Right there. That will keep Knoxville a little more secured, and then the only place where we'll be vulnerable really is up to the northeast, and that's an area that we can cover more easily. This Knoxville sector here, just massively important for our iron resources up that way. Oh, yeah. First Indian Cav. Okay. Let's go. Let's bring them on up. Wonder who they'll get chased off by. We shall see. We're on defensive there. Let's attack there. Army of Arkansas. See, they're already in the orange. I feel like engaging in some massive, major combat is just going to drive them closer into the red, which I would like to avoid. Other part was, okay, here's a move. This, I think, should be done. Oh, we got a perk here, too. Fantastic. Supply collars, mortar boats, torpedoes. Placed at the end of a long pole. Yeah, ramming efficiency. Level up by ramming during naval battles. Let's do this one. What kind of boats we got? Calhoun, Tusker, Ivy. Yeah. We could do that with some of our our boats. The Raging Cajun Squadron. We'll head back south. Or rather, wait a minute. How about we send them to Memphis real quick and help support Fort Lydell? How about we do that? We can. Why not? Why not? I mean, we can. There's river transport. It's there. We can. Why not? It's there. 119,000 troops in the war right now. My God. My God. All right, now, furloughing units. I'd really say we probably would only be looking for Georgia units to do that with, because that's the only ones we could probably afford to send. That and Alabama. So, Uji and Wilcox with his Mississippi Rifles and 2 stars. Let's go ahead and furlough them. Let's go ahead and Pemberton's brigade of... That's one thing I had not remembered when we were in the battle. Pemberton's brigade was Nicaraguans. These Nicaraguans fighting their first major frontline slugfest here in the American Civil War. I don't think we'll send them back at any time, frankly. We need to send these guys back anyway. Let's do that with D.H. Hill. Back he goes. Their enlistments. That's another thing, is enlistments are going to be coming up for a lot of troops. Let's keep everybody from Walton out. Nobody has deserved really a furlough from his wing yet. Magruder's wing. How many troops do we need here? 1549. I think I might like to keep the reserve there. Kentucky. We can get troops out of Kentucky right now. Let's do it. Early gets sent back to Kentucky. It'll take a while. 56 days. Virginia's low on men. West Virginia. What about West Virginia? Garnett doesn't really even deserve it anyway. South Carolina's got quite a few troops. We could probably take Haygood and send him on home. Yeah, let's do it. All right. I think that'll be it for the Army of Virginia. They'll strengthen after that. What's going on in the chat, boys? Oh, can cavalry detachment take back the iron mines? Interesting. I think you might have an idea there. So Stuart, if we were to detach him and put an unassigned cavalryman in command, no. We'll do Stuart gets replaced by cavalryman. Here. Ferguson, do it. Okay, now Johnson gets replaced by Jeb. Okay, and Jeb's cav here will turn into Jeb Stewart's cav. Boom. Our 11th stack of troops. All right, he'll have 1,400 troopers. And the moment that he can't, he's in the yellow. So now I'm going to run him first back to Stanton. Bonk. Go, go, go. And then, oh, it says he's in the orange, not the yellow. Okay, fan. And then I'll go ahead and I will. I think that's an interesting suggestion. Come on up here to Winchester with his cav. Come on up here to the iron mines, and maybe we just kind of do it raiding style, right? I think that works for me. I like that idea. I like your style. I think quick look at finances would be in order here. This is a big question, guys. I would seek your advice about whether or not it might be time to do something. And frankly, this is an interesting, I think, conversation point here in the gameplay, is that I have tariffs set, I think, at a number that probably wouldn't have been the case ever in history with the Confederacy. Jefferson Davis, as I've learned, took the seat as president kind of on a non-protectionist, no tariff, anti-tariff basis. That was one of, I think, his major kind of platform issues, and there was a lot of support for that, especially considering the fact that the war was coming. And so I may be looking at trying to reflect real life a little bit better and reducing tariffs, possibly. You can see here, we're not making that much from it anymore. Our trade we don't even have a trade deficit right now. I just don't love the fact that if we reduce tariffs now, we would reduce our government income by that much right now, which is something I just don't feel good about. It just doesn't sit well with me. We kind of need more money coming in, not less. See, our interest rate is pretty high. The question being, is it time for us to cut tariffs? Ooh, a little movement here. Department of the Ohio is going to head north. This was the other thing. Oh, the Army of the Ohio moves toward Nashville. Didn't see this. 17,000 troops. Ooh, here we go, gentlemen. They're going to come down here and they're going to challenge me. I'm willing to go toe-to-toe here if they want to. I'm going to go into an attack. That way we don't set up a siege battle here. That way we get out on the field in a meeting engagement if they come further south. I'm going to have to keep a close eye on this situation. Mid to late October. And boy, oh boy, we may have ourselves another bloodletting in northern Tennessee outside of Nashville. We've had ourselves a couple already as the Union continues to try and push south of the Cumberland River. They've failed at every turn thus far. Looks like we took this depot. Fantastic. So, yeah, Helica, good question. Ag subsidies will be used. I'm not sure how. I think I'm going to use ag subsidies to add probably like a mill, I think, is what I'm going to do there. Oop, okay, here we go. As we suspected, a battle is nigh. They will not get any support. Look who's in charge. Philip Kearny heads up the Army of the Ohio with 18 guns and 17,000 men on the advance to Nashville, attempting to push us out of here. I suspect they may indeed be in the green as well, but we have them outnumbered by quite a bit. Gideon Pillow, our legendary general in command. This should be a good one, gentlemen. Let's play it. Still, I need to catch up with what's going on out there in Missouri, too. Yes, we're back. Jabber remembers. Yes, we've got Bushrod, the Rod Bush. The Rod himself. Let's do it. Let's do it, boys. Lock in tonight, gentlemen. We've got a fight to fight. I'm going to have to get a drink refill before we actually jump into this thing. I'm defending. Ha! Nice. They are determined. Good. Good. You be determined. Determined to die. Okay, I like the side of this. So now, again, we can kind of simulate on the other side of the river how they're trying to cross, Bill. And then while I was away, I did manage to make it a productive use of time as well. You'll see we've splayed a few units out to get ready for this battle. And very excited to continue to follow the story of the new game, gents. Be honest with you, I think that what they're doing is a really, really great thing for wargaming. I think that they're going to get it. I think they're going to get it, and they're going to get it good this time around. I think they're going to get it right. And I don't know. You just don't go in and you try to do a thing like this not have a plan. They've got a formula right here with the Civil War game that works great enough, well enough for me, and I just can't tell you how pumped I am to get my hands on it, you know, and be able to get my arms around it. I think it's going to be fun. And I love the update to the paper map, by the way. So we're just going to, I think, right now, so we got 12 points of, so 12 points of entrenchments in 1861 is pretty good. Now, where are they coming from? Dirk. Over here. So, very likely, anyway, that they just come straight for here. Okay? They could try to flank, but Sinking Creek would be an obstacle for them. They would have to flank across that. They're not flanking on my right. No way. They could flank on the left, but I'd likely cover that, no problem. Golly, yeah, they are in a... These Yanks are going to be in a tough spot. I would say we do this. I would say we go ahead and we build some breastworks that go like this. Bonk. That way, as troops are filing down to try to cross here, if they are, we will have some sharp shooting troops. Except, yeah, these plains rifles. So what we'll do is we'll detach this brigade from Anderson and we'll put them right there. He'll have his sharpshooter skirmishers right there. Okay. We'll have artillery. I mean, really, I still need to kind of figure out where else I want to put some breastworks. So let's see. Detailed deployments, gentlemen. You know how these things go. I don't think the music comes up during battles, I guess. Okay. So, where do I want to put my guys? I mean, really, this is a fun little position right here for some artillery. Boom. And it's within my deployment area, so you're going, well, why not? Why not? Boom. Like that. And then I might do... Ooh, this is where I can get kind of like artistic about this. Leave it to General Fornicator to mention how much puss Sharp was getting. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your contributions. As always, I know you're here for us. Good man. You're a good man. Reminding us all about that handsome Brit. So, yeah, what if we did something crazy like just parked a battery like that and built some entrenchments, say a parapet that was almost like a redoubt right here, like that. Bonk. Put these cannons in it like that. Oh, that's kind of sexy. I kind of like that. Placing our cannon and then do another kind of thing like that. Like another redoubt, sort of. Yay! Still have 3.9 points left. Boom. Boom. Oh, shoot. I just upgraded that without intending to. Dadgummit. All right, fine. So we'll have that. What that will do is likely compel them to cross over here, right? Where we will have waiting for them more guns. Shoop. You, sir, are here as well. Okay. You place your guns first most of the time. All right, Hardy, his guns probably going to be supporting this crossing area here. Let's have him back, set back just a bit. Why don't we set these guys out in line? Have part of them on this side of the creek. Boop. Wait. Yeah. Oh, I see. 6-pound field guns. What are these? 10-pound parrots. So let's have the 10-pound parrots be like here. Okay, and then we'll have extra eyes out that way. Ooh. I would say this is actually a pretty good spot for Pillow's reserve troops. No. No. Tolliver, right there. We will detach. Oh, we did get an upgrade there on those entrenchments. Again, that happens when you don't intend for it to. Let's detach this artillery right here. I don't believe they're going to flank me this way. I just don't believe they're going to do it. Let's take Blanchard. Let's detach these two guns for now. Okay, he's got his 3 brigades. Let's go out in a line now. You know, do something like that. Okay, Bragg. Do something like this. No. I think we'll have him more maybe like that. Yeah, I don't love that either, though. Hindeman. I wish we had more breastworks. Let's go double line. Frankly, it's more of a, I don't like the way that it looks. I'm one of those kind of guys. So actually what we'll do is with Bonham. Shit. Those are counterattacking troops. Those aren't defensive troops. Okay, we need to switch this up. Dunk. Bragg, you, sir, are going to be on the flank out there. Okay. Buckner Sr., skirmishers, covering the guns with Lorentz rifles. Buckner Sr. himself with the main part of the brigade. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. But we'll put them, say, there. Okay, then Ruggles with the Springfield rifled muskets. It's going to be here at the edge of the woods, ready to fire on troops that get right across the bridge there. I don't think we'll worry about having skirmishers out for them. We'll have the reserve brigade there. And then I think Zollicoffer's troops push it to about there. And where was it that I put that little cavalry unit. Walker, let's detach him and bring him over here with Clark over here guarding this crossing. Like so. We do it like so. No, gentlemen, here you go. Very good. Guy's facing the wrong damn way. All right, there we go. All right, now they'll be covering that crossing there. And then what I'll do with these boys, I think, is have them be in a reserve position. Right here. The Mississippi Rifles. Now, Smith and his Mississippi Rifles ought to be right there. Is what I'm thinking. Jones, reserve, right here. And I'll be able to get Zollicoffer and the reserve brigades back this way if they flank that way, which they might. Obviously, this is our supply connection that we got to worry a little bit about. That looks pretty good to me, though. Blanchard's division in the center right here. Good. Let's see what we got in the chat. Yeah, let's see how Kearney does, right? I think that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I think you're right about these guns getting skirmished on. Let's scooch. I'll tell you what. Let's see if. Okay, that I think will help cover them. So Smith with his Mississippi Rifles, I think, is the guy that could really help out there. Anderson, get back there. Okay, let's have DeRosey. There's already skirmishers in there. Should we just kind of right there? I just don't know if I like that, because if they break through the center right here, that's gonna be bad. Yeah. We could put them like up against the railroad embankment like that. That's actually not a bad thing. And they kind of get a little bit of a fire area out that way. I might call that a little. That's a little bit of a cheat, but that's fine. These cannons are a little vulnerable. So we'll put some skirmishers out here and here. Boom. And then we'll have Bragg's division over this way like so. It has to look right. It has to look right, damn it. All right, cool. Hindman, skirmishers out. Bonham, already done. Brown, we can bring him back in for him. We can bring him back in. There. And then next would be like to actually probably get Zollicoffer up there, or at least one of his units. The problem is they all have kind of just crappy Springfield muskets. And I want to keep them available in case I need to react this way. So that's another reason to bring them back. It looks like Blanchard's division is going to get hit. So I might take the 2 reserve brigades and move them like that. Always want to try to bolster your center everywhere you can. This is where I expect another, I believe there might be another attack. If in that case we deploy Bragg out, get his division fighting over there. If they cross here uncontested, which we don't intend to do, they'd be able to flank this side of the army and roll us up. So we really can't allow that. Yeah, I mean, if I were the AI, I'd figure out a way to try to fold up the right flank too, but where? How? Okay, you cross up here, and then you come down here, and down this road here, this trail. Yeah, you could come out here and then form up in these woods and strike my right flank right there. You know? As a role play, I think I'd be interested to see, you know, let's say Pillow felt overconfident and didn't remember or didn't lost you there for a second. But yeah, the idea that they could cross up there, come on down, keep on this trail. Like I would say you could role play that and say that Pillow's scouts didn't tell him about this trail here. And they could sneak up and push a major attack through this area here. I might be willing to just kind of RP that and let this deployment stand for now. And if we end up getting smacked on the right, well, you know, Pillow wasn't as fully prepared as he should have been and get smacked, and we've got ourselves like a cool little interesting battle going. Like this is the sort of stuff I'm willing to do for the AI. These are the sort of things I'm willing to do to just make things that much more interesting, gentlemen. You know what I'm talking about? All right, so they're calling it the Battle of Nashville, which would be like the 4th Battle of Nashville. We'll have to call it something else, of course, in the lore. Pilla. Get there, Pilla. Oh, I think the one thing we did need to do is take some skirmishers and get them into buildings so that we've got kind of like a flank. So we could, if we get folded, we could fight all the way back through these woods to the town and anchor a flank there, fight through the town. Is what we could do. But we'll have to see. We've got everything set, covering the crossings everywhere. That's our deployment. We're going to have to keep an eye on the Yanks and what they do. Boom. We're pushing play, and this battle will begin 5 times. The most interested to see if they cross right over here. That's where we're going to be looking for them. Ooh, and I like this little spot here. Nice spot for a counterattack. Didn't look close enough at that before. Beautiful. You can counterattack up over the rise and have high ground on the attackers right through here. I actually like that. That's good. Push these skirmishers out a bit. Can't see him yet. It is Phil Kearney, so got to worry about that. Think Battle of Wayne's Hill? That may be it. Right here. I'm not sure I pushed my line out that far. I'm not sure how that ends up working. If they've got, they've got a smaller army. If it were me, I would do this. I would cross this. I would come down here. I might form up part of the army here and start slowly fanning out to cover in through these woods, flanking the army here and here. And then push some artillery out here and then open up the attack and launch myself, boom, 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 and then let the if I were the human player and the Revs or the AI. Of course, if the Revs were the AI, they would not deploy like this at all. Don't believe we have enough. I guess, yeah, I guess we can build some more, huh? Oh, so what if? Oh, hey, whoa, hey, okay, too late. Okay, so they're gonna come straight down the pike with 2 brigades, and it looks like the main body. Wouldn't be surprised if they cross over here, and I think we may have the battle getting underway here soon. Let's bring Bonham forward from Bragg's division on the far right. Let's bring Brown just to the edge of the woods here for now. We'll have Ruggles ready. Okay, here they come. Crossing here as expected. So we'll have to do a little show of force right here. Ruggles comes out. Brown, same thing. 3 brigades against whatever they bring across here. Looks to me like they might have a little piecemeal attack going here. So far, I'm fine with that. I love how organic these battles are. You really don't often get the very same thing twice when you're playing a Grand Tactician tactical battle. You got to give them credit for that. Can Gideon Pillow get it done? That is the question, gentlemen. Can Gideon Pillow get it done? We'll have to see about that. All right. I think they're going back across the river again. They have seen my strength. Fire them bastards. Fire. We got the ammunition. What are you doing? Here comes Ruggles' brigade. Oh, nope, they're coming back across. That's 1 Yankee division with skirmishers. Woods' brigade and Kenty's brigade, Lightburn and Morrell behind them. I believe they'll all be coming across here. All right. We're going to send Jones into the woods. Oop. And we're going to deploy Little to his right. Okay, we're going to do something for you guys. Show you a little something here. All right. We're going to go Alt. Right? Or is it Control? No. I thought it was... Is it Alt? No. The deal where you go side by side. Okay, I guess we're not going to be able to do it. Here comes the Yankees. We're going to give them a little room to not clump. And try to see if they choose to not clump. Give them a little space here to put together an attack. I'm fine with that. Let's take Hindeman up here on the flank. Right there. Looks like they're going to come across here. Stop and lay down again. No. Yeah, they didn't know what they were getting themselves into. Let's go like that. Hey there, Hazel. How's it going, honey? We got a battle started. Did you go get a little water? Good girl. Good girl. All right, let's go ahead and, yeah, let's mount up with Clark and Walker out here. We will cross and come to here. Phil Carney's going to be in for a rough day. Here we go. Yeah, little AI clumping, guys. Little AI clumping again. They got some artillery coming up. Get them into a tight spot. They make their choice to cross where they cross. Maybe we help them by not bringing any troops forward. You know? Let them cross. Let them feel good about doing it with everybody. Otherwise, they stack up a little bit. AI clumping. It's the Grand Tactician Civil War AI clump. Even Phil Carney is victim to it. All right, I'll tell you what. Just because I'm a nice guy. Just because I'm a real nice guy. Because I'm such a real nice guy. And I have nice things I want to do here. Having a battle with the AI. Okay. Let's just give the AI a chance to get across here. Yeah, don't complain too much. All right, we're going to come across there. Walker is going to come across there. Okay, and we'll have a little make-believe battle out here. Let's bring these skirmishers back. Come on, boys, come on. Come on back up here. Come on across. Come on across. Go ahead and come on across, boys. Yes, sir. We could still tell a story about this one. No problem. No problem. Zollicoffer. Pretty sure that's the entire Union Army. Yep. Yes, sir. I would say old Zollicoffer ought to form up, and then we'll put him, kind of stack him up along the road right here. Have him ready to fan out and a counterattack through these woods. Looks like we got Rowley moving down toward this crossing. Ooh, snap. Come on across there, Yankee boys. Come on across. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I think cunning is a big indicator for how well the AI will do in a tactical battle. I'm thinking that I may need to move the difficulty up above mediocre in a future playthrough, possibly. I wonder if that will help the AI a bit more. They're going to bring some people across. We'll see how they do. We won't give them too much trouble. Shit, let's go ahead and... guys, come on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on. Come on over. Come on over. Come on. Come on. Come on. We won't make it a boring turkey shoot out there at the crossing. We could do that, but we won't. We could do that, but we won't. What are they going to do out here, I wonder? And we will fire a wheel out this way for sure. Fire! Damn it. Fire a wheel, damn it! All right, I think he's just going to stand back there. That'll be their right flank. Maybe time before long for Anderson to move. We'll see. Here they come. All right, guy. Okay, AI buddy. All right there, buddy. You can move across there just fine. Come on. Here you go. There you go. Let's have a fight. Let's have a battle, AI buddy. Come on. Let's go right there. Now, back on fire at will. I have taken it easy on you for long enough. Kenty's brigade up front. Skirmishers back out. Hindeman, stay where you are, but have skirmishers out. Oh, they're already out. Okay, fine. Let's have them come over here. Go. Okay, skirmishers are already out there. Okay, fine. Shit, where'd they go? Oh, Kenley, not Kenty, Kenley. So they'll be coming across, and I think they'll just kind of deploy out. And that's fine. These guys kind of reversing their route of march. Here comes some guns. Let's go ahead and do some counter battery fire. We need to make sure that artillery superiority remains. Little and Jones. Beautiful. Beautiful. Make sure I'm not missing any batteries anywhere or anything. I don't think so. These batteries, they're going to probably run low on ammunition sooner than we like. Skirmishers. Go. About 11:22 a.m. now. When I say it's about 11:22 a.m., I mean it is 11:22 a.m. So you kind of get a sense what the AI is doing is they're going to form like it looks like a little line right there. Okay, guys. And then I might say we give it just another minute here. Probably launch a counterattack. We got Mansfield, Morrell, Farnsworth, Kenley, and a couple of batteries. Another one down here. Couple down there. Wow, they're all stuck in there. Sheesh. As the Union struggled across the river, and Gideon Pillows, grognards were waiting. Zollicoffer, stack them up. Bingo. Have us a battle, gentlemen. A true Southern gentleman, yes, indeed. Banks is playing with his food again. Yes, you've got that, gentlemen. You've got that a little bit there. So here we go. I'm going to give him a crack at my right flank, guys. I'm going to give him a crack at it. Because it's a better story that way, all right? What I end up doing is I edit these videos into shorter, shorter battle videos that I try to make into little compelling pieces of content later on down the road. And oftentimes the AI will help out if you just help let it. Help me help you. help me help you. Help me help you, AI. Name that. Name that. Yeah, I think we probably... Let's wake him up a little. Nugent. Gotta skirmish these guns, yeah. We're already... Oh my gosh. They've already run off. No way, man. Well, Phil Carney, I'm a bit disappointed, sir. This the best you've got? I am going to, yeah. Oh, it was the counter battery fire that had them running off, not the skirmishers. Nice. I'll take it, man. I'll take it. I will take that. And you got a little canister fire against the skirmishers in the woods. Phil Carney and his Yankees are still trying to figure out exactly what on earth they are going to do against this. Oof. Can you imagine being on the ground level here? This rebel position, you know this whole area is lined with rebs. And you still got all these men slopping across the river here. Oof. Not looking great. Jerry Maguire, you got it. Well, it's going to take them some time to get their act together. It looks like these guns are pretty much done for. We're not going to be able to go take them, unfortunately. Let's go skirmish these guns. Sure. Sure, why not? Sure, why not? See, they've got a little infantry cover, though. Right? We're counter batterying those guns. We got guns opening up from over here. Fantastic. Good job, boys. Good job. I would say these guns aren't really being used. Walker's battery. How about we limber them up? All right, how about we limber those guys up, and let's just bring them right here for right now. Then we're going to move them over to this side of the battle. Gideon Pillows, grog nuts here with the Army of Tennessee. How well can we do, gentlemen? I got a good feeling about it. Got a good feeling about this one. Oh, it's the Mississippi Brigade. Be still my heart. George Pickett's old command. Ah! Ah! Ha! I like your name there, Dipchit. I've not seen you in here before since you're new. I will tell you. It is way more complex than Ultimate General Civil War. And that is one of the reasons why I love it so much. Although, Ultimate General Civil War, Ultimate General anything, Ultimate Admiral anything, it's a good bit of fun. It's a good bit of fun, yo. Plenty immersive. But if you want complexity, I mean, ask the folks in the chat that have been watching the playthrough thus far during tonight's stream, especially on the campaign level. It's like, I talk about that all the time, and that's the point that I make about this game. It's like, yeah, you got some jank with the AI in the tactical battles, and you got to dance with it a little bit, you know, like I've been trying to do with it, and let it go a little bit. You get to tell a little story in your head about it, build a little head cannon around it, fine. The real fun in this game is the campaign side. That's where you're dealing with a lot of the cool order of battle administration, the cool, assignment of commanders and promoting and um, army administration, weapons procurement, detailed economic and policy proposing and passing, and the campaign side of the game is where the game in the Civil War product anyway has really shined for me all throughout. Bit by bit, the tactical battles. Once you kind of figure out what the AI is thinking and why it's doing what it's doing, you can kind of, you can kind of work with it a little bit. You can kind of dance with it a little bit. It just takes time. See, they're having trouble getting across here. And also, this may be buggy. They're just standing here, it looks like. Okay, now they're going to come back. Falling back right here against my skirmishers. Sure. Let's go ahead. We'll pull back to the woods. So here's Cav. We'll bring him to here. And here. And we'll have them ready to chase down some routed units, most likely. I think it's going to be time for us soon enough, I think, to counterattack all this here. We're low on ammo. Okay, yep. They're doing counter battery fire too. Ooh. Walker's going here. Let's have him if he'll do it. No, he'll go straight that way. So we got to get him. Got to get him back there. They're waiting, I'm pretty sure, for these guns. So let's go ahead and go. No counter battery fire and no counter battery fire. Okay, and then we'll wait for the infantry assault. We'll pull the guns back into the woods. Like that. Limbard. You would go faster that way. And double time. Get on back in the woods, fellas. Okay, we pull these guns back, and I do believe that's going to encourage the Yanks to head our way. Possibly, and most likely, perhaps, with their full strength. The main body over here across this side of the creek. We may have a believable Yankee offensive across the river this afternoon, we shall see. We shall see. The rod will carry the day, gentlemen. That's what we like to believe. I don't know why so the AI often is smart enough to know where your vulnerabilities are in any given battle. They should know that they could start folding this side of my lineup. They should know that. I believe, anyway. Here we go. All right, now let's go to here. Get them bit by bit. Get them across there. We'll have ourselves a lull. Right? Now, what they did do is come over here and grab the military crest at Watkins Hill. Right? So, Credit to whoever named the battle after that. See, I don't see them moving anything else, though. So it's almost as if they're waiting for us to attack. Yeah, we've got a victory right now. I don't think they're going to... I wonder. I don't think they're going to come at us. I think they're trying. I just don't think they're able to. Yeah, I think maybe we... Oh, here we go. Look at this. We got a straggler. Where did he come from? Palmer's brigade? Maybe once Palmer gets up to the front, maybe they'll start doing something here. Let's bring the skirmishers back. Let's see if we can't just get this AI feeling confident about doing something. We'll unlimber in the woods. Come on, boys. So they're still getting shot at from rifles over here. Or rather, what are these? 6-pound field guns. So let's go ahead, take them off of fire at will. Come on now. Feel free. Feel free, gentlemen. You can attack. Come on. Help me. Help you. Ugh. Here we go with the Cav. They'll be around back. We'll be there to catch some stragglers. Pretty sure. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's get it on 5 times. And let's see what they do here. They're going to bring Palmer across, maybe. Maybe he gets stuck. Nope. They're bringing him right on across. Okay. So the thing I'm thinking was Palmer might be part of this division, and that they had to wait until all of the brigades of that division were up at the front before the AI would start moving the rest of the division. I think that's either possible or likely. And then you have 1 division, 2 division, 3 division, kind of. And the AI is going to clump in the terrain that it feels best about. It's going to bring some guys back out, take those guns. That's smart. That's what they brought that other brigade up for. Right? I do want to keep you guys silent for now. I am playing with the AI difficulty setting at mediocre. And what I understand about the AI, the harder difficulties in this game, is that the AI the AI units are just tougher. It doesn't mean that the battle AI is like smarter per se. There are things that the AI is thinking about. Like I've said before, in this game, what the AI will do, it's a sandbox, right? They are guided by the objective, and so the AI is going to try and come, and in one way or another, whether that's flanking you or otherwise, they're going to come and they're going to try to hit their head right on the objective. And a lot of times, if it's kind of a smaller battle, they'll just be coming right at it, kind of like they did here. And one way that I could have made this more fun would have been to come out here and do another meeting engagement that we manufactured ourselves right out here. Kind of over, I mean, over near this area again. We could have done that instead of camping. That is true. Yes, they're taunting each other. Come on, come on. It's funny because I think that the AI believes that it can just chill on the defensive. Oh, you know what they're doing. I would almost guarantee you they're preparing themselves for redeployment. So what we may do to make this interesting as a set-piece battle in the West is we'll redeploy and then maybe bring the line down this way and have ourselves a little battle out here. Redeploy, you know, say that they were able to force their way across the river. Let them, you know, redeploy. Maybe their redeployment in the morning is actually competent. That's where you can really give the AI a chance a lot of the time. And I think they end up maybe doing well. But we'll see if they actually decide to get up and go here on the afternoon of this day one action. It continues in the paper map to look like they're trying to move across the stream or the river there, but not so in the actual tactical view. So oh gosh, so cool. I found, and you can find it if you search for it, is the series of audiobook reads of Shelby Foote's The Civil War, a Narrative. I just found those on YouTube, and you can get them, and they sound great. They will put you to sleep sometimes, which is fine. I love going to sleep to audiobooks. If you're doing, you know, work out in the yard or you're just on a drive or something, listening to the narrator of the series is really good. I've found got a solid voice. He's kind of a higher pitched guy, but reads really well. And of course, if you take in Shelby Foote's The Civil War, a Narrative, all 3 volumes, and it's been a long. I didn't read it. I listened to it. It's been a very, very long time, and it took many, many days to listen to the whole thing. That ends up kind of like telling you everything, it tells you like everything that happened during this whole time period. And you kind of don't really need to know too much more necessarily unless you want to know more. You just don't need to. So I would say we take little. Let's go ahead and let's do what we know we're going to do eventually anyway and just bend the army back like so. Bragg can come on back like so. Yeah. Right. I know the way that they've set up kind of like it's like the common practice is when you increase a game's difficulty in strategic wargaming especially is the idea is the most that you can do with the AI is you just basically make it tougher to kill. And that is supposed to get you the result you're looking for. But it doesn't really address the whole issue of the AI not quite knowing within the tactical battle itself. I'm about to give it a chance to redeploy like we're talking about. I've seen that in this game has surprised me on multiple occasions. And it's happened with a leader that's got, I think, good cunning skill. I think that's what's happened. So I'd be really curious, just from kind of like a game testing perspective, I'd be really curious to see how this works out when we get to a redeployment. I probably won't change my deployments too much. I bet you I might even be able to build new entrenchments. So what if I were to go, boom, start working on some breastworks just to be doing something, right? Start building some breastworks here like that. Put these guys to work. Boom. Or are they already there? No. Are they already there? I guess they are. But they're shaded though. Huh. You right click and they'll go build it. I think that's right. I think that's right. So Brown in these woods right here. Let's do some more. We'll have him build some for himself. Say, kind of like that. Right there. Okay, and then Bonham. We'll do the same thing. And Hindeman, I think we will leave them naked. Buckner Sr., let's see if he'll do his. Although those would have to be... Oh, that's right. In the middle of a battle, you can't do... And breastworks really only work, and for me anyway, near where there's woods. Because that's... They could pull the wood out here, though, I guess. There is that. Do that. And build it. So there you go. See, they're sending little guys out here to go ahead and build these breastworks. Oh, I love that. So there is how you build yourself some breastworks in the middle of a battle, by the way. If you didn't already know about that. Bonk. And we'll have Hindeman's guys come over and help. Ooh, no. Shoot. Okay. Well, they'll position themselves there and help, I guess. That'll be fine. That will be just fine. 5 times. Let's go. Yeah, well, I believe Shelby Foote in the interview with Ken Burns was asked straight up, or if he was asked by another, maybe a PBS documentary interviewer, about if he had been alive at the time, which side that he would have fought for. And he said it straight up, I would have fought for the South. The way he explained it is it had nothing to do with, slavery. Much as was explained by, I think, some of the Southern generals who made that decision. What it was about was, this is where my family and my friends are. Like, what do you expect me to do? Like, I grew up here. I didn't really leave this place much, you know. What do you expect me to do? Take up arms against my family? So let's bring Ruggles. Oh, okay. I think we're finishing up all these breastworks here. See? This is good. We're building them. We're building them. And, you know, it just takes a little time. And I think maybe they build... I would love it if they built faster in the woods. That would be great. Mm. Mm. I know that also something that Shelby Foote was pretty plain and open about in terms of his opinion, is that the South likely, he felt the same way about things as Sherman, that the Confederates likely had very little chance of winning this war. All right, these guys are going to like walk back and forth on the breastworks to finish building them. So you can build breastworks with any infantry unit live in game right there. And now you see that. Yeah, for some reason the AI just doesn't want to move from right there. You know, I'm not sure why. I'm willing to role play a little and dance with them a little like I do. Let this thing roll on into the overnight. And that's just fine. I'll have my entrenchments and my line ready. I won't change too much. I'll let them redeploy however they like. Their redeployment zone, I think, will cover an area, you know, over here. Oh, not, was that, I think I said Watkins Hill earlier. It's Waynes Hill. Waynes Hill. Yeah, well, and that's the other point you have to make about the Southerners who fought in the Civil War, is that, you know, mid to late 1862 and beyond, or even early 1862, I think that's right. There was a bunch of Southern soldiers that got drafted. I mean, they didn't want to be there. Who that gets drafted wants to be there? Nobody, that's who. Ride it on into nighttime right here. Right, and I mean, like, that was the point that was made by Sherman too, was it's like you don't have the resources advantage, like, by far you don't, and you're going to go for a terribly flawed cause. You know, that was Sherman's point too. Let's go ahead and bring these guns up right here. Just start getting everything in place, and maybe we'll have the AI redeploy itself into something that's a little bit more competent. Maybe we build another line of entrenchments that kind of curl back this way, because the pike into town is important for us. Let's not get into heated of debates about the cause of the Civil War. I mean, guys, we wouldn't have spent so much time killing each other if we weren't doing it for a true moral reason. That and when I say that, I mean, you know, the folks who got convinced to do the fighting for the plantation owners and the bankers, you know, that's why they were fighting it. Pretty sure it had to do with the humanitarian reason for most folks, like way deep down. End of day, troops resupplied. Okay, now we'll have deployments, and we can't. Okay, they're gonna force our cavalry back. You see here. So I'd say we actually take the cav, bring it back out on the flank here and here, back toward town. Anderson's boys in the town. No, just go there. And these boys in the town. And we'll just change our flank to the town itself. Keep everybody here the same because they've got a unit there. Now, this is where they could redeploy if they wanted. Boom, right there like that. So let's see what they do here on the next day. We're still at a minor victory, October the 24th, 1861. In the West, this action outside of Nashville continues. We still have 5.7 points of entrenchments that we could use. Suppose we could kind of connect everything here. Bonk. Right there. Or say like that. Bonk. And then do some parapets out this way. Just kind of a teensy. And we'll upgrade them. And this brigade will get to be in them. With skirmishers out in front. On the flank. All right, now we'll see what they do here. Let's see. Now, so there was somebody who mentioned, with no slavery, the Civil War still would have happened. I believe you're actually probably right about that. I'm just not sure they would have been able to convince the rest of us to fight it for so damn long. You know, slavery has got to be there as a cause for all of that bloodshed. I don't think people would have wanted to fight a war that hard for that long without there being a real good reason for it. So I would say, because I think that it would be done. Actually, no, I feel more comfortable just having Zollicoffer stay right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push play. I'm going to see what they do right here. Bonk. There they go. Okay, got a redeployment on one side and on the other. Another division that I think, oh no, don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to go for the crossing again here. Don't do it. You don't have to, guys. You really don't. You don't have to. Well, Phil Kearney is not going to get the highest marks for his performance out here. I will tell you that. AI Phil Kearney. You got some work to do on your tactics there, my man. Running out of beer. Shoot. Got their reserve division here. Might be an opportunity to attack. On limber with those guns. Let them open fire for a little bit. Oh my gosh. They're going to magnet to this crossing again. Oh, it's fun to hang out and watch what the AI does. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. What are you guys doing? You got a new division that's going to come out this way. Okay. Okay, okay. They're going to bring everybody over, right? Here we go. All right, they're figuring things out bit by bit here. Good. Very good. Let's get some skirmishers out here. Let's get some more. Oop, we already got them out. Good. All right, boys. Skirmishers here. Actually, I want you to go right there. Thank you, sir. Fantastic. Good. All right, so they're going to set up a little attack over here, I think. Extend their line out this way a bit. Come on, Yankees. Come on. Everything is A-okay over here. All right, Jones is going to get himself right here. Little is going to get himself right here. We're going to get flipped this way more so we don't get flanked. Brown was on cover there, right? Yep. Good, good. Yeah, it looks more like Burnside's bridge. Okay, so now they're coming across. We will receive the attack. And see, here's where it gets a little glitchy. So the AI wants to come out here and they want to form a little double line with their division right here. Whose division is that? Okay, that is Sickles. Sickles sighting. I heard that in the chat. I saw that in the chat earlier. So they want to come out and they want Sickles' division to form itself in a little. See that little double line right there? So they're trying to form that little double line with this unit. I think will come out right here. And you see that unit's getting in the back. What may be unfortunate is if Mansfield's brigade here is assigned to come down here. Okay, which it may very well be. Then you have the third kind of reserve division. It looks like they are making it. I think they're making it. I think they're making it. They're just going to get nailed by artillery all day. Very good. We were able to get our cannons refilled. Yep. Yep. And, yep. I only got 2 guns left. Wow. Or did they start with 2? I don't know. As the Yankees deploy, Philip Kearny tries to get his army situated for an attack. And he is just taking his sweet time. Fantastic. Yeah. If anybody thought that, that the North was like overarching, morally superior like this, they were real racist up there. They did not. There were a lot of people who were not real pleased at the prospect of freedmen coming and taking jobs for cheap, kind of like immigrants. They viewed it a little bit in that light, you might say. And a lot of it was driven by white people in the North being racist just the same. They just didn't agree so much with the idea of them being owned in chattel slavery. AI struggling this time, gentlemen. Struggling a little bit. Oh, I think they're making it across bit by bit here, though. There they go. There they go. Come on. You know I could crush you right now, man. But I won't do it. I'll let you come at me. You know, honestly, it would be pretty costly for us to run out there and try to fight a battle. Because we wouldn't be able to shoot all of them like you would think we might. We'd pretty much just be hitting the units in the front, driving them off, and then hitting the next units in the clump. There's a chance that if they continue to do nothing, though, it'll force our hand, and in order to just, you know, move on, we're going to need to make the attack. Artillery duel continues otherwise. And making an attack out of breastworks also is not something that squares well with my brain, because who does that? Who makes an attack out of perfectly good breastworks? What happened to our other artillery battery right there? Did we lose one? Oh, it came over with Zollicoffer. That's what. That's what. Let's go ahead and bring them up. And, you know, it's actually, you know, tactically, strategically, just letting them come on across and put themselves in a position where they're in a turkey shoot down in there. It's actually not a horrible idea, tactically. It's on them to try to fight their way out of this at this point. I don't necessarily need to put pressure on. Here we go. Here we go. Infantry battle begins. Contact! Hey, I love the lively chat. I love the lively chat. I feel like you're in the midst of a discussion that's just going to go the wrong way. It always does, man. I might drop it if I were you guys. Just saying. Ends up getting into heated words at one point or another. I feel like there's never any learning that gets done in that conversation. Everybody's already got their ideas. All right, we make contact right down near the crossing here as Phil Carney tries to figure out how it is he wants to come at the Confederate defenses around the town. Confederate defenses that have been prepared over a couple of days. Go 5 times again. Very good, very good. A light engagement outside Nashville. Still got a minor victory. What I suspect I may need to do, we are getting a little late tonight, gentlemen. I've had fun kind of setting this one up. I sense that there's a chance I may want to have to kind of get through the rest of this one offline, possibly, and then come back for the next stream kind of on the other end of it. Let you know what went down. I may record it. I don't know. We'll see. It's just, you know, I'm not sure. Okay. They're going to bring somebody forward here. Here they come. All right. They will oblige us. Who is this brigade? This brave brigade under Morrell. Kearney is going to send his brigades in one at a time, it would appear. Straight up the slope. Straight at the breastworks. Holy smokes, gentlemen. Ooh, Morell's brigade. Gruff veteran troops. I think they've fought a little bit before out here. Oh, they've got to know what awaits them momentarily as they... Ooh, and the Rebs open up from the breastworks out front. Shoo, they shot too soon, though. Morell's brigade's going to get up, try to open up here. They're going to fall right back, though. That was a little recon. I think they... I don't know. I wonder if maybe they weren't able to see what I got. Interesting. Yeah, it's getting kind of late. And what I may want to do is just record it, play it and record it, and then maybe come back and watch the main action, possibly. It doesn't look like there's going to be more than what we're seeing here. We've got a brigade that's getting up. So let's go 5 times again real quick. Let's see what they do. See them falling back, falling back, falling back. They're going to lay down there. Smart move. We're going to lay down with our guys. And it's kind of like, you know, we kind of got them fooled here a little bit. So we could take Bragg's troops out and try to hit them. What time is it? Oh my gosh, yeah, it's starting to get late, guys. I'll tell you what, I think we'll probably have to leave this one mid-battle. I hate to do it. I really do hate to do it. I might record it. I might save it for the next time. I might go ahead and run it through to where it starts to actually get interesting and then start the next stream with that part. But we'll probably leave this one here for the time being and come back to the Grand Tactician CSA playthrough when I have reached, I think, a more actionable and interesting place in the game. But for tonight, gentlemen, I do think that's likely to wrap it up. How much fun have we had tonight? A ton for me, anyway. It's one of my favorite things. Being with you guys here in the saloon, the alternate history gaming community, watching this playthrough together, helping me out. Got a lot to do on the next stream. I think that it'll be interesting to get to where we have ironclads coming in the game, of course. I'm looking forward a whole bunch to that. We'll see what happens on the other side of this fight that we just got through part of here tonight. I'll make sure that I get you guys caught up on all of it, of course. Everybody who watches the VOD, I apologize for you watching all the way to the end here and not actually getting a satisfactory battle result. Apologize ahead of time. Check out the next VOD because we'll have more there, of course. Once again, appreciate you guys taking the time, as always. Give the video and the stream the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the notification bell if you want to know the next time I drop a video or stream for you. And don't forget, on your mobile device, hype both, because that helps that algorithm see us that much better. Oh, you guys are the best. I will see you on the next one. Later.